what would be the nugget of wisdom that I could share about teaching in UP? Well, I remember a very good friend who took up his master's there and who said the very big difference between UP education and other schools' education is this. Other schools teach the students the answers. They ask the questions and they give the answers. But at UP, the students question the answers. And that to me is something very unique about UP education. And if you have a teacher who gets peeved or a teacher who gets mad because there's a student who asks perhaps a question that he or she did not expect, then maybe that teacher was not prepared to teach in UP. And he or she has 5 years to determine whether she should stay there or move on to other schools. That to me. Now, the other thing that I also like about UP, having been involved in UP, is this. When UP High School started, it started in July, and it was only in May of 1972 that the alumni decided to open a high school in UP. Quite late, they had only 2 months within which to determine whether there would be students getting into UP. But they were able to do that. And most of those who enrolled in UP High in the first year, the second years especially, were transferees from bigger schools. And these were students who, many of them had airs about them. They came from Sacred Heart, they came from other schools like, University of San Carlos, they came from better schools. And when they joined UP, they had airs about them. But it took them only a year to be humbled, not because the faculty humiliated them, but because these students with airs realized that they were accepted whether they had something to show, like a nice car or not, but they had to be accepted on their own terms, not because of the schools they came from or the families that they belonged to, but for themselves. And that is what I like about UP education, because the students were able to, in a way, let the others blend with the rest of the population. So I would suggest that teachers who venture into teaching into UP will remember that, because that is very special. Thank you, Pons. I just want to share
Okay.
with all teachers in the past, those who are still teaching, those who are trying to remember why they taught, as well as the teachers who are still joining UP. Whatever subject we teach, whether it is in the sciences, whether it is in the arts, whether it's literature, whatever, to me, the reason why I enjoyed teaching was that I always felt that when you teach people. You don't teach subjects, you teach people. The subjects are just your vehicle for reaching those people. And so, if the products of our having journeyed together, they as students and we as teachers, if the product of that is that everybody somehow feels that they have become successful or they have become better people, they have become better at interactions, then to me, our mission as teachers has been fulfilled. That's all that I'd like to say.